welcome to our regular CRA meeting. Is it special? No, it's our regular.
It's a rescheduled regular meeting.
Regular meeting. Okay, great. Our regular North Miami CRA meeting is Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. It's approximately 5:42. Madam, I know you're gonna say something, Madam Secretary. Did I get the time right?
You did. Chairman Desilme,
Here.
Vice Chair Timothy,
Here.
Board Member Burns,
Here.
Board Member Estime Irvin,
Present.
Board Member Charles.
Present.
Chairman, you have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you so much. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance and then we'll go right into consent agenda. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Secretary, the consent agenda.
Unless a member of the CRA Board wishes to remove a specific item from this portion of the agenda, Tab A constitutes the consent agenda. This item is self-explanatory and are not expected to require additional review or discussion. This item will be recorded as an individually numbered item, adopted unanimously by the following motion, that the consent agenda be adopted.
So move.
Second.
Thank you.
I have a motion made by Board Member Charles to approve the consent agenda. The motion was seconded by Board Member Estime Irvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Chairman, before proceeding, I would just like to say that item 7 is being tabled by the applicant.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Item 1.
Agenda item 1 is an advisory committee appointment. Randy Grice, who has applied and is eligible to be appointed to the CRA Advisory Board, has been nominated by Councilman Charles.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion made by Board Member Estime Irvin to approve agenda item 1. The motion was seconded by Board Member Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Item 2, and before item 2, any explanation, Madam Director, regarding the approval of investment policy?
We do have a presentation, and we do also have our consultant who's available virtually.
Okay.
So at this time, if we can have the presentation.
And I'll just ask if you can hear me in the meantime.
Yes,
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks.
We're just waiting for the presentation to populate on the screen. And here it is. Ms. Metz, you can
Perfect.
proceed.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Danny Danelsa Metz. I go by Danny because it's a little bit easier. And today we'll be going over the investment policy. I will start by saying that the basis for the policy was the City of North Miami's investment policy, and we made a few edits, which I'll go through here in a moment and explain those. So I'll start with the next slide.
The next slide.
Thank you. All right. So our investment policy framework here at PFM-AM consists of 3 components. So first is Florida state statutes. The second is the Association of Public Treasurers of U.S. and Canada. And finally, with GFOA best practices. And the reason that we use a 3-pronged framework is so that you can really know that we're not making any of this up, right? All of these are established best practices. And I will skip over to the next slide to start with Florida state statutes. So here we list out the main requirements under 218.415, which is essentially what we use as a checklist when going through the policy. We do have a few items here highlighted in blue, and I will go through. These are the pieces that we edited from the investment policy. But essentially, we are looking at state statute first as a checklist, the do's and don'ts. What are you legally allowed to do? What are you not allowed to do? And moving from there. So there were updates to state statute in the 2023 legislation. So we did include those updates here that are required to be included. And we did make some edits to the sectors that are permitted, and that's just given the CRA's position. So I will go through those on our last slide, but for now we can skip over to the next slide. Here with the APT of USNC, there are a couple of more guidelines that we review, and the reason that we do this is that because the APT of USNC, they actually have a model investment policy, and essentially it is structured so that anyone can pick up your investment policy and understand what is going on. So maybe constituents that want to have an idea of what's going on with the CRA, those that are not dealing with investments every day, maybe they just need a definition. There's a glossary as an example included. And the APT of USNC is actually interesting because you can send them your investment policy and get it certified, and then they'll send you a plaque and essentially tell you that you've got the best investment policy ever. So we do like to use these. These are also best practices. On the next slide, we go through GFOA best practices. And by this point, the third prong in our framework, all of these pretty much overlap. You'll see some of the same things on the screen here. But the reason that we go through GFOA best practices as well is because the Government Finance Officers Association is specifically looking at issues or recurring events, situations that affect public entities and public agencies. So if there is something that they deem should be a new best practice or something that should be changed or added, that is something that, of course, we would like to review with you and see if it makes sense to include as well. So with these three, the framework here covered, I did include on the next slide a peer comparison. So we tried to include folks that were in your area, folks that also are usually using short-term investments primarily as well. And we have another authority here, which is capital project heavy. And I know the CRA is project heavy as well. So we did include those as well. As you can see, pretty much the draft here in the green column, it aligns pretty well to what other folks are doing. The edit that we did change, and again, this is based off of North Miami, the city's investment policy. The only edit that we did make is boxed here in yellow for local government investment pools, and we upped that to 75%. And the reason is that local government investment pools typically yield more than, let's say, a bank account or somewhere else where you would hold your dollars, but we still get the same liquidity. So local government investment pools have daily liquidity, and they're rated, and at least the one that we've been discussing with the CRA, Florida Palm, is highly rated by S&P. So still safe and still liquid, so you can pull the dollars out when you need them, but again, yielding much more than a typical bank account. And as you can see, that also aligns with the Port Authority we have directly next to it, and to some other cities that are short-term in nature for the most part. And then I'll summarize on our next slide here with key observations and recommendations. So as we discussed, increasing the limit for local government investment pools. When we did look at state statute, there were some pieces that needed updated. So our first bullet point here is section 19 of state statute. And that just says that should you need the dollars earlier than anticipated, you can sell at the prevailing market prices as long as the proceeds go directly into a proper account. So an account named under the CRA for an example. And then the next piece was under go back one. The second bullet here was under HB 3, the 2023 Florida legislature passed this bill, which as it relates to investment statutes for local governments, means that only pecuniary factors can be considered when making investment decisions. So essentially that excludes all ESG investing, any other political or ideological interests as well. So that's been something that has been happening recently anyway, but has now been written into state statute. And the last bullet point on this slide is pretty standard language. This comes from the APT of USNC as well. It just states that should the CRA decide to hire an outside investment advisor, the investment advisor has to be hired with a written agreement, They would have to invest according to your investment policy and your risk tolerances, and the investment advisor has to be registered under the 1940 Act. So again, most of these, all of these additions are pretty much based on the CRA's position in the short-term space, given all of the projects, and then as well as state statute and best practices. So I will pause there for any questions.
Right now, I don't think we have any questions. Yes, we do. 1 second. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much for your presentation. So I just wanted to say that you mentioned short-term investments, so those are mainly going to be short-term investments?
Yes, so those would be mainly for the projects. I know we spoke with the CRA and there was a 50 million-ish bond issuance that recently came out. So given the timing of the projects, these would be for those shorter term projects.
And what type of investment would you be investing these dollars in?
Yeah, sure. So I think the main one that we were looking at was the local government investment pools. So those are essentially pooled assets. So two public entities have to come together to create a local government investment pool. And essentially they're pooled assets. So you get the benefit of lots of folks investing. So you don't need to make the per se giant investment yourself. But you benefit from shared liquidity and then an outside investment advisor doing the strategy and having the economies of scales to make the trades. So typically it's more flexible on your end. There's more diversification. It has daily liquidity, so high liquidity, and also competitive rates as compared to other short-term investments. Additionally, with local government investment pools, the rates that you see are net of fees. So you will never receive an invoice or you won't have to pay any fees at all. You'll never receive an invoice for that because all of those are taken out on the back end.
Okay. And what is the estimated or projected rate of return that we will get on the investment? I know that there are no guarantees, but what are you projecting and
Yeah, not a problem. So rates typically change every day because they are short term. They're highly affected by what the Fed does and if they cut rates or not. What I can tell you is right now, the current yield on the local government investment pool we were considering is 4.41%. So the caveat is that because it is short term, if at the next Fed meeting, the Fed were to cut rates, the rate for the local government investment pool would soon follow and drop according to that. On the same token, if something crazy happened and the Fed raised rates, then the rate here for Florida Palm would also increase.
Okay. And my last question, can you tell me what is the investment, the 1940 Act?
Yeah, so the Investment Advisors Act of 1940 is essentially a registration tool, so to speak. So just making sure that the investment advisor follows all of the requirements of the act. So they're registered with the SEC. They don't have any censures that would require them to be disbarred or any of those sorts of things.
Is there another act? Because it's saying specific to make sure that they're registered under the 1940 Act.
So there have been revisions to the act, but they all fall under the Act of 1940. It's mainly the titling here.
Okay. Thank you. That's all my question, and thank you for your presentation.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Any other members with questions? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation. We truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
With that being said, may I hear a motion to approve? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Public hearing is open on the item. Public hearing is open, and I see Mike in the back, so we know we're in good company. Public hearing is closed.
Move approval.
Second.
I have a motion made by Board Member Burns to approve Agenda Item 2. The motion was seconded by Board Member Estimate Irvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Thank you so much. Item 3.
Agenda Item 3, request to rescind Lager House Business Attraction Grant.
Yes, Madam Manager, Director.
Staff recommends that the board formally rescind the business attraction grant of $150,000
awarded to Lager House at the December 12, 2023 board meeting due to the project's termination by the grantee. No disbursement have been made under the awarded grant, and staff recommends approval.
Thank you. Public hearing is open on the item 3. Public hearing is closed.
Move for approval?
Second.
I have a motion made by Board Member Estime Urban to approve the agenda item 3. The motion was seconded by Board Member Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Agenda item 4, request to approve Paradigm Senior Services Business Attraction Grant.
Staff requests the board's approval for $200,000 from Paradigm Senior Services located at 1375 Northeast 123rd Street, North Miami. Paradigm Senior Services is a tech-enabled healthcare services company founded in 2016, providing billing and compliance support to home care providers serving veterans, seniors, and individuals with disabilities. The company has experienced significant growth and is now seeking to establish a new corporate headquarters in North Miami.
Oh, wow.
The building formerly used as the video production and warehouse facility will be transformed into a modern administrative and training headquarters. The total project cost is estimated at $1.2 million, with Paradigm requesting a total of $200,000 in CRA grant funding to support the build-out. Staff recommends awarding the grantee the maximum funding amount of $200,000 under the current program guidelines to support the successful completion of the project. The applicant is in attendance and is available to address any questions the board may have.
Thank you so much. Item is open for public hearing. Okay, seeing none, thank you so much. I have a couple of questions. Public hearing is closed on the item. I have a couple of questions. This is good, and thank you so much for bringing this to North Miami. We truly appreciate it. Would they have enough? Would you guys have enough money with this request that they are asking? Because you said it's a $2.1 million investment, and they're requesting $200,000.
Yeah, it's 1.2 million, and the threshold of the program guidelines is 200,000 for business attraction.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's good stuff.
Right, thank you for bringing this business, especially around NOMI Tech Month. Just wanted to plug that in. And so I'm hearing that are you planning on employing, and what are those positions? Can you state them? And is there going to be a job fair? Are you going to give preference to North Miami residents?
Sure.
You know, all that good stuff.
We currently have 119 employees that are in that.
Name for the record, please.
Yes.
My name is Danny.
Address.
My name is Danny Shapiro, and I'm the CEO at Paradigm.
The address, please.
My address, we are currently, the business address is 11900 Biscayne, Suite 780.
Thank you. Go ahead.
And we're excited to move to North Miami. We currently have 119 employees.
That's
We
good.
we have 19 postings, which actually amounts to currently we have 19 open postings that we're hiring, which amounts to 27 open positions. That's just currently. We have a few people that are dedicated to this process. We have been prioritizing local talent since we opened our doors just about 8 years ago. So we will certainly be prioritizing that moving forward, and we're looking forward.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Just a comment.
Yes.
Hi, John. How are you? Just to echo what some of my colleagues have said, thank you for bringing this to my district. I know we don't have districts in the CRA, but love to see services, especially for our seniors, moving into our city. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
I just-
Go ahead, Councilor.
No, quickly, I just want to say thank you for bringing this to North Miami. Love it. Look at the concept and say this is exactly what we need, and we just want to welcome you guys to our city. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. With that being said, may I get a motion?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion Made by Board Member Charles to approve agenda item 4. The motion was seconded by Board Member Estime Irvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Agenda item 5, request to approve Masion Fish and Chicken, Inc., Business Attraction Grant.
Yay.
Staff requests the board's approval for business attraction grant request of $200,000 from Massillon Griot Fish and Chicken, located at 13695 West 60 Highway. Massillon Griot Fish and Chicken is a well-established family-owned Haitian restaurant that has been serving the North Miami Beach community for nearly 15 years. 2 years ago, the owners acquired a property within the NMCRA boundaries with plans to relocate and expand their operations into North Miami, enhancing their presence and continuing their strong tradition of community engagement. The restaurant is known for its authentic cuisine, loyal customer base, and consistent community involvement. The total renovation cost for the new location is estimated at $975,000, which include a comprehensive interior and exterior remodel. To date, the owners have invested over $600,000 in renovations and are seeking CRA assistance to close the remaining funding gap necessary to complete the project. If awarded, the grant will be used to fund eligible improvements, including parking lot resurfacing, fencing, signage, and landscaping and roof repair. Staff recommends awarding the grantee the maximum funding amount of $200,000 under the current program guidelines to support the successful completion of the project.
Thank you so much, sir. Hi, good afternoon. Good evening. Good afternoon. Question before we open it for to the public. Is this the restaurant where
The best fish in the world? Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Coming to District 3? Yeah.
No, you know what I'm talking about. You know, that was the one that was the old Mario the baker, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful
Yeah, we
spot.
saw the work, you can see the work that they're doing right now.
Yes. So thank you so much. And with that being said, okay, public hearing is open on the item. Public hearing. Mike, it's coming to your district. You're gonna go there and get some grill.
District 2. That's District 3.
Oh, that's district.
That's District 3.
Well, we cross the line and get some grill. Mike and I will do that. Okay, public hearing is closed on the item. This is, well, thank you for moving to North Miami, because I have to go up to North Miami Beach to get some grill.
We call the city of North Miami home, so
Yes.
Massillon Griot is coming home.
Yeah.
I have a quick. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you first. You first.
Yeah, quick question for the deputy. You were going to visit the site to make sure that everything that was said that was already done on the interior has been done. Can you just give us an update on that?
Yes.
I did. Well, first of all, I want to thank the applicant for inviting the CRA to come visit the location. I am very happy to say I'm proud of the work that they have done thus far, especially in the kitchen. The quality of the work the contractor and the applicant is putting into the restaurant is great, actually. And for the work that they're requesting, staff reviewed the work, the scope of work. The work has not been done, and if approved, that's what the CRA funding will be.
Okay.
Thank you, Councilman Charles.
No, quickly, to the men sitting in the back. I just want to say thank you. You guys have been great. I've been to that restaurant so many times that just on my face by seeing me. The only thing that I'm asking is that you guys keep the texture of the fried plantain. Please do not change that. All right, that's all I'm asking.
Yes.
I do not change it. Keep the texture. All right. Okay.
Well,
Go ahead.
yes. Welcome to North Miami. Welcome to District 3. Yes, Massillon is in District 3. Can't wait. I'm just very excited that you're here, and I'm just very proud of the work that you're doing, and I'm ready to vote and to make a motion to approve this request.
Second.
And this
Thank
is
you
a
so
sit-down
much.
restaurant, correct? Like it's like
Yeah. It's a sit down.
Second it.
Yes, thank you
I have a
so very
motion
much.
made by Board Member Estime Irvin to approve agenda item 5. The motion was seconded by Board Member Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Thank you, congratulations.
All right,
And when are you
congratulations.
guys
Thank you,
supposed to
thank you.
open?
Thank you.
Qui là nous supposé
We
ouvrir?
plan to open June 22nd.
June 22nd. Oh, that's a big day. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Agenda item 6, request to approve Jimmy's Diner Commercial Rehabilitation Grant Request.
Who diner? Oh, yeah,
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Yeah, Helen, yes.
District 3?
Mike should be
Just saying.
on the thing on this one.
NMCRA staff,
Go ahead.
we're requesting board approval for a commercial rehabilitation grant request from Jimmy's Diner located at 510 Northeast 125th Street. Jimmy's Diner, formerly known as Ranch House Restaurant, has been a beloved part of the North Miami community since 1966. Under new ownership for the past 3 years, the restaurant continues in its tradition of serving home-style American breakfast and lunch.
Cass, we got it. We got it. Thank you.
Jimmy's.
Okay.
Yes, so just,
we
we're gonna open up to the public, as the councilwoman mentioned, and then
Okay.
we have some comments.
And
which is good.
Mike got to say something.
I know, listen, but Mike has been really for years, been working and trying to get Helen to come and get this done, because we go and meet there. It's a staple of our community and staple in Miami. And we've been begging Helen to come in and take some rent, and Mike has been on at least 3 or 4 years. So I'm glad that we see this is coming, so all these, yes, so thank you. I mean,
So give him an extra order of French fries.
Yes.
What is Diet Coke?
the Diet Coke, they know exactly what Mike wants every day Mike is there. So thank you. Public hearing is open on the item. Public hearing is open, public hearing is closed.
Move for
Councilman-
approval.
I'll second. I'd like to make a comment
Go ahead,
again. I'm just very excited that you are getting this grant. As you can see, restaurants are coming to District 3, and I'm welcome. You're very welcome. But thank you for what you've been doing. Look forward to the renovation, and we're obviously you can see we're very happy to support.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have a motion.
Just a procedural question real quick. Do we have to include in our motion that we're approving the 300,000 since it's going over the limit?
Please.
All right, so can we restate the motion that should be read?
So, Mr. Attorney, so do we vote to waive the guideline, or we could do it together?
You can do it together.
Oh,
That
okay.
you're,
All
that
right,
you're
just
approving
go
the grant in the amount of 300,000 and waiving the guidelines
Awesome.
as to the maximum amount.
What you just said, that's what we said.
That's my motion.
And I second that.
Good enough?
I have a motion made by Board Member Charles to approve Agenda Item 6 in the amount of $300,000 and waiving the guidelines as to the maximum amount. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Thank you. Thank you so
Agenda
much.
Item 7
Congrats.
is tabled at the request of the applicant.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Madam Director, Mr. Director. Where are we?
Reports.
Well, we have the attorney
Reports,
report.
yeah, no.
I'm going to defer my report to the executive director so she can
Okay.
update you on the legislation, the
Well,
pending
before we
legislation.
do that,
Yes.
just so we can have that, because I know we have a little time frame. Let's open up public comments on this first, and then we'll go to you, Madam Director. Public comment, public hearing is open. Public hearing, okay. Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And so, as you all know, in the Florida legislature right now, there is a bill from Senate B 1242 and HB 991. It's been moving through the different committees. Right now, the last committee was the Rules Committee, and initially this was a bill that was proposed to basically end CRAs. There was going to be no new programs that were going to be permissible after October 1st of 2025, and no ability to bond. Where there has been a significant amendment to the bill, and where we stand currently is none of the above is the case anymore. However, what it is specifically doing that's relevant to our CRA. I don't want to go through.
So what is it doing is relevant to
Was it
us?
distracting?
No, I'm only going to highlight the things that are
Oh, okay,
relevant
that's
to
relevant
us,
to
right?
us. I see.
So for our purposes, the county always had the ability to add members to the board. It still has that ability to do so. Additionally, specific activities that are no longer permissible are, I want to make sure I highlight those. They are, and I should say that are being proposed. This has not yet been adopted. So if it is adopted in this form, the CRAs will no longer be able to indirectly or directly be able to sponsor concerts, festivals, holiday events, parades, or similar activities. And I don't want to say they would no longer be able to. They're just they're specifying those,
What you can.
and I believe that they were never able to, but they're
That's what I
actually.
thought, yeah.
Yeah, so they're actually just naming it now. There's also no longer an ability to extend the life of a CRA, so whatever life you currently have is the life that you have. So right now, our CRA will sunset in 2045. If this passes, there's not an ability to extend it past the 2045.
No, but I thought everybody was gonna be ended in 2045, no?
No, not everybody. So there are certain CRAs now who did not extend their life, and so if you are gonna expire in 2026, you no longer can go
No,
beyond.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So would there be after us, there might be some others that's still after 45? I thought that was.
No, I think we got the full amount,
Yeah,
but
we
there are
got- we
people,
got the whole-
yeah, but there are people who did not,
They
and
do-
so,
yes,
yeah.
Okay, that affects.
That would affect them. And I think those are the highlights that affect our agency. But right now, again, this is still going through different committees and it has not yet been adopted on the floor. But this is a much more favorable version of the bill than what was initially proposed. So if this were to be adopted in the current form, I don't believe any activities of our CRA would change.
Ah, crazy.
I agree.
Attorney-
And I think, from what I've heard, they're hopefully expecting it not to pass at all.
Good.
But if it does, we would not be affected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is good.
Yes.
This is,
It's good for us.
It's good for us. There are other CRAs who would be significantly
Right,
impacted
like
by
your
this.
neighbor
But
to the north, North Miami Beach, might not be so
oh, well, we're okay.
fortunate.
But we will no longer be able to bond any money if this bill passes.
correct. I mean,
Yeah,
right.
cannot-
We would not be able to. But I want to be clear that this would be a legal prohibition, but we don't have the financial ability to do so anyway. So
Anyway,
again, it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah, so
affect
we
us.
good.
Even if it were to pass, it doesn't affect our CRA because we wouldn't have the ability to do it anyway.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we'll get ready for our 7 o'clock meeting. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Motion to
Is there a
No,
motion to adjourn?
but before I do
Yes.
want to say one thing. Madam Director, Cass, I do want to give kudos and shout out to the CRA staff, and I know you guys been under a lot of work, but I've been getting a lot of stuff from the residents. So Jimmy, Gaetan, all of you guys, the work that you guys do when you go and meet with the residents and sit down and go with them, it's not unnoticed. They do let us know and they appreciate it. So at least that's one thing we just want to acknowledge that.
Thank you very much for acknowledging the staff.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's a motion to adjourn made by the mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by the chairman. Seconded by Board Member Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote. The time is now 6:14 p.m.